Alright, you guys, so, basically, I'm making this video because I feel like these problems that Roblox has I feel like they've basically, gone under the radar for far too long at this point, and, they really need to be talked about and fixed. In fact, Roblox made yet another problem recently that actually makes it difficult for, kids, their primary audience, to even really play the game a good way, It makes it difficult for them to play certain games, which I'll talk about that a little later after I bring up a few other major problems that they have. Also keep in mind that these problems I'm talking about the Xbox version, and have been there, I'm pretty sure, since launch. However, I can't confirm this as I only got my Xbox One back towards, the end of 2019, sometime around August, I think it was. But anyways, the first issue. Alright, so let me set an example real quick. So imagine this. You're in a Discord call with your friend, and you're playing Roblox, and then your friend says he's gonna hop on. Alright, cool, we can talk while we play our own game. You're having a grand time in your game, but then all of a sudden, you get put into your friend's Roblox game without any form of warning or consent to the process. That's basically what Xbox players call dragging. It's like the most annoying thing that I have really ever dealt with in a game. So basically, what happens if you're in an Xbox party with someone, and y'all are playing Roblox, it will literally, okay, so you'll be playing a game, and then if somebody else joins another game, it will literally pull you out of the game you are currently playing and put you in that person's server. And it doesn't even check to see if it's possible to actually put you in the server as well. Like, for example, if the server is literally full, so in that case, all it will do is just pull you out of your game and then give you an error code. So, it can literally just be a complete waste of time. There have been many times where me and my friends wouldn't talk to each other but play different Roblox games. Guess what? We can't, because it will just drag us into one another's game. First of all, I'd like to know why this why this is a feature to begin with. There's literally no point at all, because, invites exist. Why do we have to be drug into someone else's game, when they could just invite us and we'd have the option to join them, not literally be forced to play the same thing. That has to be the dumbest decision in the entire game. And second of all, this is a really good one. You'll just wait till you hear this. Why is there no option to turn it off? I have had my Xbox One for over 2 years now. There has not been a single update that I have seen which allowed you to turn it off. I have checked the settings multiple times over the last 2 years. I've checked it so many times. There's never an option. So now, if I'm doing something in a game that takes a long time to do and doesn't save, or, I'm playing one of those games where it doesn't save your progress, those games exist, basically, I can't be in a party with my friends if they want to play Roblox, because then, they can't play what they want to, and, why should they have to be inconvenienced just because I want to play something different? What if we just want to, some people, just want to talk while they play their own game. Not just constantly being drugged between games against their will, and then having those said games clog up their recently played. Like, maybe they wanted to go back to the recently played, they're like, oh, I can't remember this one game I played, like, a week or two ago. It should still be on my recently played, and then they look, and they see that it's literally just full of all these random games that their friends dragged them to. Like, come on, dude. And another issue, why is it so hard just to press a button on the screen? Trying to press a screen GUI is just so annoying. Sometimes it's literally impossible. You want to know why it's so annoying and bad? Because they give you this brain-dead auto-moving box to select things with. Why is it brain-dead, you ask? Well, let me say another example real quick. So I'll be trying to press a button, right? It's like okay, picture this. There's three screen GUI buttons in a row, like stacked on top of each other. When you press the button that activates the auto moving box, it automatically will go to the top one, right? And so you're like, okay, well, I just have to press down because I want to press the middle one, right? I don't really want to press the bottom one. It's not gonna really do anything for me right now. So you press the down button, right? And it skips over the middle button completely, going to the bottom button. Sometimes, which isn't even directly below the button I was on. Uh, it happens a lot more than you think, too. Why is it so hard to press one button? One button. I just want to press one button. You literally sometimes have to figure out, like, there was this one game I played, right? It was like a year ago. I really liked this game, but it got to the point where I literally had to memorize, like, the button inputs that I had to press. Like, okay, I pressed down 2 times, right once, up once, left 3 times, down 5 times, something like that, just to get to one button on the screen that realistically shouldn't take very long at all to press. All of a sudden, pressing one button takes like 20 seconds. I memorized that like it was some sort of important cheat code. I had to literally do that. And they don't even really have a very good excuse for this not being replaced with something like, say, I don't know, a mouse cursor. Because while they are few and far between, I have seen a few games on Xbox, on the Xbox version of Roblox, that actually give you a mouse cursor to control, which that automatically makes the experience a whole lot better, and makes it so I don't have to spend 20 seconds trying to press one button on the screen that should realistically only take me like 1 second, and basically, if anyone not really, like, experienced with, like, how Roblox works, basically, on Roblox, anyone can make a game. So, like, it doesn't matter how much experience you have with coding. You could literally just go in and publish a blank base plate to the website, and it's up there for anyone on the website to play. So if the developer side of the player base is able to spend time coding this into their game to make it easier for Xbox players, why can't Roblox do something similar? I'm not saying just rip the code like with how they took people's plugins without their permission and put them up on the Chinese version of the game and tried to sneak that in, without people noticing. No, they need to make something that will, work a little bit better than these ones, because even the mouse cursors I've seen in games can sometimes glitch and not realize you're hovering over a button even though you clearly are. And now, we get to the whole reason I decided to make this video. Alright, so there are many reasons you would want to turn off your cross-platform settings on a console. Many games give keyboard players an unfair advantage against a controller player, So, for a game like Roblox, where there's just such a huge variety of games on the platform, you'll probably, experiences. They're not games, they're experiences. Oh man, dude. But anyways, you'll probably be turning it off and on quite frequently with just one play session, because some games are just terrible trying to play against computer players, and actually in some rare cases, a controller might be a little bit easier to use than a keyboard. So, before the most recent update that happened about a week ago, you used to simply press the X button in Roblox, right? And then click on settings, or I think it's that is settings, and then you click on your account settings, and in Roblox, you could go to your cross-platform and turn it off only for Roblox, or press it again to turn it back on. But now, for whatever reason, instead of spending their time fixing the previous 2 massive issues that I just mentioned that completely destroy the enjoyment of the experience a lot of the time, or fixing one of the other many problems that, aren't as bad that I'll spend a lot of time talking about here, but they're still pretty bad, they could use a fix. You wanna know what they did? They made it so when you press the button to turn off your cross-platform, right? You want to turn off your cross-platform because a computer player or some dude on a keyboard is gonna destroy you. It takes you to your Xbox account settings to turn off the cross-platform for Xbox entirely, and then you have to go back in. Why does it have to affect other games? And you may be thinking, oh, it's just a small inconvenience. It just takes like an extra 20 seconds now, and before it only took like 5 seconds. It's only slightly annoying. What's the big deal? Actually, that's not it. Actually, you see, a lot of kids on Xbox, they have their accounts under some sort of like parental controls and safety settings that Xbox provides to parents, so that, it prevents them from accessing their settings without putting in a PIN that the parent has to set up. Or if they have their account set as a kid account and linked to an adult account, then they then have to go to the Microsoft website on a phone or computer and log into the parent account, and only then can they change the settings that way. And kids are Roblox's primary demographic, so how are they supposed to change this now? Is a parent just supposed to inconvenience themselves, having to constantly come back and forth into the room and turn off little Timmy's cross-platform just so we can play, I don't know, some shooter game with only people on Xbox, most of the decisions that they make for the Xbox version, it's as if they don't think at all before they do them. It's as if they don't understand the player base at all. They don't understand how an Xbox works. The entire Xbox version of Roblox is just a massive inconvenience to use. And most of the time, the solution to the issues it has are to just use something that you would only have if you would probably only have if you had a computer, in which case just use your computer or phone, not gonna forget phone players, but for example, remember how I said that the auto-moving box causes a lot of issues when you're trying to press on a screen GUI? Well, just plug in a keyboard and mouse, and now you can actually play the game without wasting tons of time trying to press one button. But wait! At that point, what even is the point of playing on Xbox, since most people don't really own a keyboard and mouse if you don't have a computer, Oh wait, there is none. I can just play it on my computer and have 10 times the fun and 100 times less of the hassle and irritation. Pretty much every solution that exists for the problems are either straight up just play on a computer or phone, or in the case of, or it just leads into, just use a computer or phone, because, you have an accessory that goes with those things, so why not just use those things, And there were many other problems that took way too long to fix as well, that nobody seems to know about. And while, yes, they are fixed now, I think people should know just how long Xbox players had to wait for these problems to get fixed, alright? So, going back a couple years ago, when they changed the Robux icon to a nut back in November of 2019. Oh, wow. Wow, Roblox. Waiting till November to change the icon to a nut. Wow. Nice! Anyways, contrary to what most of the player base would believe, that wasn't the only change they made to Robux. Before then, you couldn't use Robux you bought on computer or phone on the Xbox, and vice versa. And it was really annoying when I wanted to buy something that I knew I had money for, but then it says I had 0 Robux because I didn't buy any on the Xbox version. All that time. I'm pretty sure the Xbox version came out in 2015. Why did it take 4 years for that to happen? Why did we have to wait that long? And we only just this year, all the way back in February, got access to the catalog. You heard me right. Before then, if you wanted to change your look, if you wanted to buy some clothing and accessories, you had to get on a computer or phone and go to the catalog there, and buy your clothing and accessories from there. Oh, wait a minute! Using a phone or computer. Oh, wow! Why don't I just play it on said computer or phone? You know, there literally no point in you playing it on the Xbox. You know. And lastly, before a couple of months ago, you know, when they added that little cooldown when trying to buy something to avoid instantly purchasing something from those scam games that just, they're like, oh, click here for free Robux, and then you click, and then and all of a sudden a pop-up appears, and it's like, oh, you just bought something, you know? It was actually pretty dangerous to play on Xbox with any form of Robux. You see, some complete moron working at Roblox decided that, you know, the A button, you know, the jump button, and one of the most commonly used buttons in Roblox would be the purchase button. And there have been many times I've seen reviews where people complain about them trying to jump at the wrong time, and then, you know, and it just so happened to ask them if they wanted to buy something, and, you know, it instantly ends up buying it because they press the confirmation button. That means they want to buy it, even though it was on the screen for literally like a 12th of a second. You know, it wasn't even fully on the screen, and it would buy it for you. You know, that actually happened to me back like a week before the whole BS I had to put up with from Xbox. You know, that actually happened to me. I tried to jump at the wrong time, and then I ended up buying something. You know, I lost my money. And their support for this, you know, I tried sending in a support ticket, and their excuse was, oh, we're sorry, we can't refund anyone because there's a confirmation before buying something, which you really can't use that excuse here. You can't, that's not really a valid argument here, because you literally made the jump button the confirmation button, you know? Yeah, you know, you can't really hide behind that excuse when the most commonly used button is the confirmation button for purchasing, you know. And before the update that put a cooldown, you realize, in fact, I'm pretty sure since nobody really knows about the problems on Xbox, this might have actually happened. But basically, some random Joe could have made a really cheap game, you know, just spend a couple hours making like an obby or something, and where you jump, you know, something where you jump a lot, make the game enabled for Xbox, possibly even only Xbox, and then make it so at common points where you jump, it would ask you if you want to buy something. And then Roblox wouldn't care. You would have just ended up donating your Robux to some random person on the internet because of Roblox's incompetence. Fantastic, dude. Like, luckily that isn't really the case anymore, but still, why did it take this long to fix these things? And why are there not only still issues from at least over 2 years ago, because, again, that's when I know, that's at least how long I know they've been an issue, although I'm pretty sure it's been an issue since the game released back in 2015, but now it seems they're making more problems as well, like with the whole cross-platform thing. And remember how I said that most of the solutions to these problems are just use a computer or phone? The thing is, alright, so most of the players that are on Xbox don't actually have a computer or phone, so not only do they have to put up with these horrible design choices, but they have no way to access social media so that they can actually complain to Roblox about these issues. They have, Xbox players have no real voice in this situation. They are unable to get their opinions out about these things. Nobody knows these are an issue, and it's probably going to stay that way for a long time. I'm hoping that they have. I'm hoping, you know, if those PS5 leaks are correct for Roblox being on PS5, dude, I hope they end up releasing that exactly how they have the Xbox version, so that people will just start just lambasting them. People finally complain about these issues so that they actually fix this stuff. Dude, because that's realistically, that's currently really the only way that these issues are gonna get fixed, because, like, you know, how else are people gonna know about these things? You know, I don't really have a voice. I only have, like, 107 subscribers, and I only get, like, what, like, 5 to 7 views per video on average? You know, I'm not gonna make any change, but the community needs to come together to make these changes. But anyways, yeah, we should really start making some noise towards Roblox about these issues, so, you know, they get fixed. Because this is just straight up annoying. It's literally, like, a hassle just to play the game. But, anyways, that's all I got for today. uh, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to be notified of when I upload. Yeah, there should be a stream tomorrow. Unfortunately, I don't think there's gonna be enough time for me to stream today, so, yeah, there'll be a stream tomorrow, I guess. But anyways, yeah, bye guys.